All right, for this podcast, we talk about copyright and public domain and what the differences are in them. First, I want to talk about is copyright, which when you create anything now, it's protected by copyright. But for it to be registered as a copyright, it's got to be tangible work that you created, and it's got to be able to meet the requirements for it being registered as a copyright. And you don't have to copyright something, like, but as you described, if you want your big mean dogs to protect it, then you want to get it copyrighted. And then public domain is it's open to the public. Anyone can do whatever they feel like to it, which it's a good thing, and also can also be a bad thing because people are nasty and disgusting and can really destroy stuff. For two examples of things that are copywritten right now and are still protected by copyright are, as we talked about a little while ago, the Harry Potter books. And also one of my favorite book series is the Captain Underpants. Those are all still protected by copyright because J.K. Rowling's for Harry Potter, she's still alive, and the Captain Underpants series, as far as I know, and they're still being written. I think for like the Scholastic Book Fairs. I don't think that's going to be ever over, which I hope it's not because Captain Underpants is awesome. And with those, no one can really change it and steal the idea because they're obviously very protected by copyrights because they're both pretty big names. Like everyone knows Harry Potter and Captain Underpants. Well, if you went to an elementary school that has Scholastic Book Fair come by, you knew about Captain Underpants. And there are all those stories. For what is still, or for what's in public domain, my two examples of there are the two Shakespeare plays, Macbeth and Romeo and Juliet. Both of those were, I guess, by the means of it, copyrighted, but they were never like registered as a copyright. And then plus they were also made way before 1909 when they were actually written and published. So they had nothing protected them ever. But I think like those are two really good ideas that should be in public domain is because Macbeth and Romeo and Juliet, people aren't going to destroy them. Like their significances, people want to like everyone to stay refreshed with it. And one example of that is the remake of Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio in it, where the movie was pretty much as far as like dialogue was exactly how the book was written. They even translated back to like our version of English today. They used I guess you could say ye olde English that the book was written in. And when you watch the movie, it's like modern, like set in modern day, but the story's exactly the same. One significant difference is instead of swords, they're using guns and stuff. And that's an example because the producers, they really didn't have to go and get permission to do the movie. It was kind of just like, well, we're gonna do this, and they did because it's in the public domain. They can kind of do whatever they want to it. The movie was really good. Actually, I thoroughly enjoyed it, even though like the dialogue did get kind of old after a while. But other than that, it was really cool. Really cool movie. I think it was probably like the best like Romeo and Juliet movie I've ever heard or seen. And then Macbeth, perfect story of just plot twists and classic Shakespeare. And well, the references that I used were pretty much Wikipedia. I could just read briefly over what it was. And then usually with the stuff I was looking up, people aren't really going to mess with it. So my references were Wikipedia. And, well, hope you enjoy the podcast.